Hey YouTube, this is Jack Hatter. I wanted to tell you guys about something amazing that happened to me recently. So you may or may not have heard of the YouTubers Dan and Phil. They're basically these two random British dudes, and they're only like my favorite YouTubers of all time ever. They're also actually the reason that I started doing this, starting my own YouTube channel. We actually, I say we, me and my best friend Nerdy Me, you should go check her out, link in the description for her channel. We actually got to go see them live on stage with their tour that they're doing, Interactive Introverts. And not only did we get to see them on stage, but we bought the VIP tickets, so we got to sit 4 rows from the front of the stage, so very, 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 very close, and we got to meet them beforehand. So I know this is like so random and weird, but like, I met my senpais. It's just absolutely amazing that I actually got to meet them. So what had happened was we had to be there 3.5 hours beforehand because since we had the VIP tickets, we got to meet them. We were there 3.5 hours before, so we were there at 3:30 because it started at 7. And me being punctual, obviously, left very early and got there about an hour before we were supposed to be there. So we got there at like 1:30, maybe even 2. So we were just kind of passing time at the mall and stuff. But when we finally got there at about 3:20, I was the third person to meet them, which was insane and amazing and scary at the same time. I know I shouldn't say scary, but it's just amazing to be able to do this. But at 3:30, when we were all waiting for them, we were all, like everybody in line, we were all just like looking around every drop of a box or opening of a door, person walking. We were all just like looking around like, is that them? Is that them? Is that them? Where could they be coming from, kind of thing? Because we had no idea if they were like going to do some kind of special entrance or anything. But later on, about 3:40, I looked out of the corner of my eye and I saw a person walking up the steps, and then a security guard, and then a second security guard, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually them. And then here comes Phil right up the steps, and then Dan right behind him. I'm freaking out when I see this because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're actually right there. It's just weird seeing someone through a screen for so long that you finally get to see them in real life. It's like, oh my gosh, they're actually a real person. So they went over behind this little backdrop thing that they had, and it was like specially designed. It had interactive introverts on it and such. And the person in front of me went, and then this lady who was guiding everybody through, she was like, all right, you're up. I turned the corner and I see them, and they both go like, hello. And Phil says the most amazing thing that I would have ever expected to hear out of his mouth. He asks, do you want a hug? And I'm like, yes, please. Absolutely. And it wasn't just like the casual like friend side hug, just like whatever bro, it's fine. It was like a legit full on hug from both of them, not just Phil but Dan too. So I opened it up, I had something for them to sign because since we had the VIP tickets and we got to meet them, we actually got to have them sign something as well. And I made a specially designed piece of fan art for them. I hope this will focus right. Where it's Dan and Phil as Papyrus and Napstablook from Undertale. And I wanted them to sign this. This is them actually having signed it. I had my actual sketchbook there and I had it out and ready. But I was like, okay, this is for you guys. Opened it up. Dan looked at it, and he kind of did a little laugh and pull back. And he was like, oh my gosh, it's Napstablook, which is what I actually named it. So I'm freaking out for that as well. And Phil's just like, oh my gosh, that's so good. They're British, obviously, which is why I'm copying their accents. Sorry, British people, if you're watching and I'm butchering this. But I got to have them sign. They were like, do you want us to sign this? And I was like, yes, please. And Dan read over it because it says on there, Phil Pyrus is talking to Napstablook, and he's saying, Napstablook, what's the matter? And Napstablook says, my pistachio muffin was squished, which if you watch them, then you would understand the reference with it. And Dan read it, and he was just like, that's literally me. And that made my heart absolutely soar, having him say that to me. And he also complimented my shirt. It was a Steven Universe button-up shirt, which you might see in a future video. And he was just like, I love the shirt. It's very Phil-esque, which is what I was going for too. So I was freaking out with that as well. Everything was just so amazing with it. And then Dan was like, so do you want me to take a selfie? And I was like, yes, please. And he took a couple selfies. I'm swiping through my phone right now, which is why it looks like that. And I was literally shaking. My hands were shaking. My legs were shaking. So I did this pose right here with a little bit of a smile, but my hands were literally doing this the whole time, and I was freaking out. But I got this wonderful gem of a picture right here. I hope that's focusing well, but it was absolutely worth all the money that I spent on it. And then my best friend, being awesome, got us the plushie pack, which was a special Dan and Phil tour plushies of Dan and Phil. Because see, if you know her, she basically is Dan and I basically am Phil. So she gave me the Phil plushie. And it's so cool because even on the back it says interactive, on Dan it says introverts, which is accurate because, as you can probably tell, I'm an extrovert. And she is definitely very much so an introvert. So it's actually really accurate. This is the reason that we love them so much, is because they are basically us. But that was basically my story of how I got to meet the people who wanted me to do this and even made me want to push harder with this. So thank you guys so much for watching this, and if you liked it, please give it a like. And please subscribe if you want to see more of this. If you want to see some cosplay DIYs and some more vlogging like this, and hopefully me not being too cringy. And comment what you think I should do next. So until later, bye guys.